Hi everyone, my name is Tanya and I want to thank you for tuning into my YouTube channel. Today's video will be a spring 2016 handbag haul and a mini review of my shopping experience on matchesfashion.com. I made my first purchase with Matches in mid-February. I was looking for a Chloe Mini Marcy handbag and my online search led me to Matches. I actually use a lot of international retailers, but I had never shopped from Matches before. I went with Matches for these purchases because the price point that I found for the Chloe Mini Marcy was actually significantly better than not only what I was seeing with their US counterparts such as Net-a-Porter and Nordstrom, but also they were doing a better price point than other international retailers such as Sense and Selfridges. They actually had the same price as Selfridges, but Selfridges does not include duties in their published price. You don't see it until you get into your cart. Selfridges also charges 40%, no, sorry. Selfridges also charges $40 for US shipping, which I found to be a little bit excessive. In this day, I really don't think that there's a need to go with retailers that charge shipping, and certainly not shipping that's that high. My first purchase with Matches was the Chloe Mini Marcy. This is the bag that led me to them, and it was the one that I was most wanting at that particular time. I didn't have any other saddlebag type bags in my collection, and I also didn't have anything in a gray. I was in particularly looking for grays and what I could find in that colorway, and the Mini Marcy is now coming in what they're calling a cashmere gray, and it's a really subtle dove gray, and it is in a pebbled leather, so it's definitely something that I think is not only appropriate, even though it's light, I don't think it's appropriate only for spring and summer. I think it'll work all season, which when I'm shopping in a particular price point, especially when I'm looking at luxury handbags, I try to buy them, as many of them as possible, to be all season bags. That way you're getting more out of your investment. So this is my package containing the Mini Marcy from Matches Fashion. So the bag comes in the typical white linen Chloe dust bag. And as I said, it is a beautiful gray. And I really do hope that it's coming out well on camera. In person, it's very subtle. It's a soft gray. I would say maybe the undertone of it is blue. It may look a little taupey on screen, but it is definitely a gray, and it has the brass hardware. Now, this is a small bag. Its measurements are approximately, I believe it's 6 by 7, but it also has not a good deal, but it has a fair amount of width, which actually means you can carry quite a bit in this tiny little bag. So I wanted to open it up for you. When you look at the inside, we have one card slot right here where you could put IDs and credit cards, and then you have the one large main compartment. Now, in this larger compartment, you can fit quite a bit of stuff. I've actually done a couple of trials, even though I've not used the bag yet, and I can fit an iPhone 6s, and I can fit my sunglasses, and I believe I can also fit my old camera in this as well. Actually, this one might take some working around, but I think I can do it. Yeah, here we go. Everything is in. So if you use the card slots for your card, you don't have to do them loose. You could do them in a card holder or in a mini wallet. You can basically carry everything that you would need here. There is room. There's additional room. You could put in lipstick and your keys, of course. So you can just want to close it here, and basically the lock is right here. You just pull this one strap through, and then here you go. You have your Chloe crossbody. The crossbody strap is actually quite long, so you can definitely move this to your preference. I prefer when crossbody bags hit you at the hip. That's my preference. And based on my height and basically my body shape, I have the freedom to extend this to where I need it to be. So that is the Chloe Mini Marcy, and it's a very welcome a new addition to my handbag collection, and I'm super excited about being able to use it because I was actually waiting to use it until I did this haul. So it's been sitting in my apartment for well over a month and a half, and now it's gonna go out for a whirl. My second purchase with MatchesFashion.com was the Saint Laurent shopper tote. When I purchased a Mini Marcy, I did so knowing that I was going to be buying a second handbag in the fairly immediate future that was meant more for kind of casual, day-to-day, throw everything you could possibly need in this bag type of bag is what I was going to be looking for. And I started circling the Saint Laurent shopper tote. But before I bought the bag, I actually wanted to see more real-life photos of it. I could only find the editorial photos on Net-a-Porter, and I wasn't really finding them very helpful because in all the photos the bag was being held in the hand, and I really wanted to see how it was sitting on the shoulder. So I actually waited for a while. I did some internet searches. I found some more photos on Purse Forum and Google. I actually did find some good photos of the bag in real life, if you will, on Instagram, and then I was ready to make my purchase. At the time, I was actually looking at making the purchase from Selfridges because it had a better price point than Matches in that particular moment. However, something happened. I think maybe Matches was trying to match the price at Selfridges, and added with the bonus that Matches doesn't charge for shipping, I went with Matches and I bought the Saint Laurent shopper tote. It is the exact opposite of the Mini Marcy, of course. It is a large tote, and I did want to show you how this came from Matches because this box is massive. My dresser isn't as wide as this box is. Also, the box is actually not really indicative of how big that box is. The bag is. It's actually it's a lot of bit excessive. So this is the Saint Laurent shopper tote in its dust bag. And the Saint Laurent dust bag is a very heavy cotton. It is black on the outside, and on the inside it has a second lining, which is white cotton. It's ridiculous. It's very, very sturdy. I actually prefer this to the Chloe dust bag because that one actually seems quite flimsy, and because it is white, and I know that's to do with their branding, it'll get dirty fast. So I much prefer black dust bags. So this is the Saint Laurent shopper tote right here. It is 11 by 18 inches, and it is a slightly pebbled black lambskin leather. On the top right there, you'll see the Saint Laurent logo. And hanging here from the key fob is a Saint Laurent charm. It is a very, very subtle charm, so if you wanted something that was a little bit more obvious, I would say that this is probably not the one to go for. It's very small. It's just over 1.5 inches or so. But I actually like that the bag is very subtle. It's very discreet. It's great for everyday use. It's not monogram heavy, and I appreciate that in bags that I'm going to use on a daily basis. So this is a Saint Laurent shopping tote. On the inside of the shopping tote, there is a additional attached pouch. This can be removed. The pouch also has the Saint Laurent logo on it. It has the brass hardware, and when you open this one up, it is actually lined in suede. And on the inside, you'll find the care cards and authenticity cards, as well as a leather swatch should you need to replace the bag for any reason. after making my second purchase with MatchesFashion.com, they sent me an email asking me to take a online satisfaction survey. They quoted the time frame about 5 to 10 minutes, so I'd had a really good experience with them. I figured why not go ahead and complete the survey. After completing the survey, which was actually very straightforward and fast, I received a thank you coupon code for 10% off my next purchase. Now, if I was purchasing in the US, 10% really isn't that much of a lure for me, because really at the most it's going to cover tax and just a tiny bit toward your purchase. But when you're shopping internationally, 10% off is actually a great deal because it's coming off your purchase price, in particular with retailers such as Matches and ASOS, Sense, these retailers that include all duties in their purchase price. When you're saving, when you have a coupon code, you really are deducting from the purchase price, and it feels more beneficial. At the time, I wasn't actually planning on buying anything else. I was circling the idea of buying a pair of Chloe Carlina sunglasses, but I had just received a pair of Miu Miu sunglasses about a month and a half before, and I didn't really see the benefit of buying another pair of sunglasses quite so early in the season. I probably will go with the Chloe Carlinas, but I won't be doing that until maybe May or June. But there was one bag that I had circled so many times and just left aside because it wasn't really practical. But it was so cute that I couldn't help but keep looking at it. It was on my wish list. It sold out for a couple of days, and then it popped back up on my wish list. And then I noticed that my coupon code was going to expire on March 29th. And I figured, you know what? Let's not let this go to waste. You're probably going to buy this bag anyway. Let's do it right now. And that's what led me to third purchase from Matches, which is another Saint Laurent handbag. Now, I do want to take a moment to further go into the Matches packaging. When you get your package from Matches, you're going to see it's going to be wrapped up in tissue. There'll be a note card from the person that packaged the bag for you, and you're going to find this folio right here that has your receipt, and it has a pre-completed DHL label should you need to return your purchase. And returns are free with Matches. However, I believe that if you're shipping back from the US, depending on the purchase price, you may have to pay return duties. I'm not quite sure how that works because I've never had to make a return, but that is something to pay closer attention to should you have to make a return. I really do want to give Matches the thumbs up though for the packaging. I love the experience of shopping, and sometimes that experience of shopping is lost when you're shopping online. It's not like if you're going into Bergdorf's or Saks and you're making you have your handbag in hand, you're leaving with a really nice carrier tote. When you're shopping online, even with say or Bergdorf's, you typically just get a brown paper box delivered, which is fine. It's not a big deal. I'm not going to be sad if my packaging isn't great, but I do appreciate it when retailers go the extra mile, and I feel that Matches is good in that way. Net-a-Porter is exceptional with their customer service and their packaging. So is Farfetch. I actually really like Farfetch for that reason, because they're dealing with so many different international shops that every purchase I've made has come from a different retailer and the packaging has been different, so it's always something new to look forward to. Now, this last purchase from Matches, in addition to coming in their packaging, also came in the designer packaging, which is right here. So it is another Saint Laurent handbag, and as you can tell, this is a small Saint Laurent handbag. Now, after buying the mini Marcy, I probably didn't need another mini bag, but I just couldn't resist. So inside, it also comes in the Saint Laurent dust bag, and this is the Saint Laurent blogger bag. It is a teeny tiny little thing. It is 4.5 by 4.7 inches, and it is a long crossbody as well. I'm not a crossbody fanatic, but I do actually enjoy the ease of a crossbody. And this one is actually, it's got a pretty good length to it. It will also hit at the hip. It's not adjustable. I did see it styled on the Saint Laurent website with basically just a knot, and they had it styled on the model's shoulder. So that's another way to think about it. Right down here, the handbag has a tassel. I've never unwrapped it before, so let's do that now. And the tassel is actually larger than the handbag, but I really love it. I love fringe on handbags. On a larger bag, I wouldn't want fringe all over, but I think in small bags, I really enjoy the fringe. So the bag right here, when we look at the back, it has one slot right here that could be for credit cards or IDs, and then it has one main compartment. In the larger compartment, which is stuffed with tissue right now, I believe there are card slots in here. There are, it's right here. You'll see there are 4 card slots in here. The inside of the bag actually is leather. So it's not lined because it is lined. It's lined in leather. Also right here, the authenticity and care cards. Now, I did want to showcase what could possibly fit in this bag. Again, I've not used it before because I was saving it for the blog, but I figured we could try this out and see what we could fit in. So this is my iPhone 6s, and that fit in perfectly. Actually, see right there, it's in. I can do the sunglasses in here as well. Actually, let's try that again because they were not fitting in very well right there. Okay, I got them in. I'm going to do a lip gloss, and we'll do, I want something else but I can't find it, so I'm just going to throw in another lip stick in here. So in here right now I have my iPhone 6s, I have a pair of sunglasses, and I have 2 lip glosses, and there is enough room in there. Like you'll see, there's a good 2 inches of height right now, and there's plenty of width where I can easily fit in my keys and maybe a powder or something of that sort, and earbuds would absolutely also fit in here. And then if you wanted, you could do your card on the outside or in any of the internal card holders, which actually make it great because that way you don't feel the impulse to have a wallet because your cards are secure in the card holders. Although I do want to say that I think a card holder or a mini wallet, kind of like the 4-inch ones, would fit in here comfortably. Now on the Saint Laurent website, they actually label this an evening bag, and while I absolutely understand it and I can see it, I would argue that because this is in a matte lambskin, that this would work in for a day bag as well. And my plan is to use this as a day bag. I think it'll go great for work with my kind of like normal workwear, whether that be dresses or slacks, but I think it'll also look amazing really dressed down with jeans and a t-shirt. And then, yes, of course, I think if you're going out for an evening out, you could wear this with any type of cocktail dress. So this is, if I had to pick a favorite of these 3 handbags, I would say that it's this one. It is so adorable that I just can't stand it. It's so cute. It does also come in, I believe, 2 other colors. I know that I saw it on both Selfridges and Matches in a dusty rose, also on the Saint Laurent website. But I do believe there's a color that's referred to as bone, but I think I've only seen that color on Net-a-Porter and on the Saint Laurent website. I am possibly thinking of getting a second version of this. If I do, it'll be in the dusty rose. Thank you for tuning in today, and I look forward to bringing you more content regarding my favorite topic, which is all things shopping. So I'd like to ask you to please give this a big old thumbs up, and I will link any products that I have mentioned in the description bar down below.